For sure, we live. Okay, we live. Let this thing marinate. Gonna be talking about grocery store stocks, situations that's going on with cash dividends and companies that's actually serving it. Because really, corporations and companies that don't have the ability to provide a cash dividend are the ones where its financial health is on complete peril. But we're gonna let this thing marinate. Okay, okay. For all the people that's coming in, pretty much gonna talk about grocery store stocks and see what's going on with the market. I think it's about time to be able to figure out what's going on. I got a couple stocks for y'all. Y'all can be able to analyze and look into. Wacky, salute. This is deemed not as financial advice. I am not a financial expert. I'm just a person that put money in these specific stocks, but there's a specific stock ticketer that I saw. Gurn, pretty much involving with a good, healthy ability to be able to get lending. And lending in these aspects is pretty much very tight and restricted for all the people that's coming in. Salute to everybody. Like, share, subscribe. People that's coming in, this is an open panel, so you can be able to click on the link. We can be able to talk money. We can be able to talk finances, stocks, securities, real estate. The same old, but we got to be able to figure out what's going on specifically when it comes to Wall Street bets. Wall Street bets has pretty much been the golden source for people that's ability to get to the money. I know about Wall Street bets, to be honest, for 2 years, but I didn't know it had this much influence. But it seemed like now 100 million people is trying to be able to get involved when it comes to it due to the fact that it's attractive because it's penny stocks. A lot of the stocks is pretty much affordable when it comes to the aspect of trying to get a good entry on something that has the ability to have upside. A lot of people are pretty much just throwing money in and just seeing what sticks. But there's Chinese investors that's getting involved when it comes to Wall Street bets that I also find it hilarious and also something to be able to keep an eye on. You got people trying to uh, uh, influence the silver markets as well. Okay, Mr. Thomas, salute to you. Respect to you as well. The email is pretty much there visibly. We can be able to establish a type of Go plan for your SEO plan because the full model really is Google Ads when it comes to keyword research, pretty much having your product descriptions, having the proper copywriters involved in it, something that has sensory words, the ability to describe the product in a very fine detail. Retargeting is pretty much an aspect. So somebody click on your website, you could be able to recover and recycle all the people that previously visited. It's called the repeating cycle. Hollywood does it. The media does it as well. If you see Coming to America ad, you're pretty much going to see it 7 times more due to the fact that it's a repeating cycle. With Mr. Thomas, salute to you. But back to what I was saying when it comes to Wall Street bets. Wall Street bets has pretty much a lot of people looking at it actively and try to figure out what's going on with these markets. And I think it's interesting on the basis of people trying to get involved in it. They have like at least 3,000 stocks that they're looking at right now. And like a lot of cryptos that you're going for, Dogecoin, they're trying to pump that up still. You got Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he's for it. Uh, you got Mark Cuban. He don't know if he want to be in Bitcoin or be out Bitcoin, which I find it to be hilarious. You got the J.P. Morgan CEO. He wants to be involved in it, but this is an open panel for anybody that wants to come in. It's an early morning, I know, But we're going to be able to talk some good financial stuff due to the fact that the market is moving. Money doesn't wait on nobody, as time waits on nobody, and times is of the essence. So when it comes to these entry points, it's definitely a needed priority. But let me share my screen real quick so we can get a good visual for all the people that's coming in. Good morning. Salute to everybody. Respect everybody. Like, share, subscribe. Come on the panel. This is open panel. Everybody needs to be able to get involved, want people's opinion, to be able to figure out what's going on to these markets. Kendro, the Richardson, Texas market, that was pretty much researching as well. If you want to be able to come on the panel, we can talk a little bit of real estate, Texas real estate as well. But I'm going to share my screen real quick. For all the people that's coming in, you're free and welcome to be able to get on the panel and to be able to see what we can be able to do when it comes to these markets. So let me do something real quick. Real quick brief. Okay, now these are a strong grocery store when it comes to providing cash dividends. They pretty much had their cash dividend January 21st on Inauguration Day. They having quarterly dividends, and they're pretty much having good, strong first quarter results, and they will be able to increase due to the fact that the last stimulus package that was signed by President Trump was pretty much 13 billion in food stamps. Now President Biden Harris has pretty much agreed for 30 billion. So anything that involves when it comes to grocery food stocks, I would say that it was something to be not to buy, but something that would definitely be able to research and look on. Another good aspect of stocks would be General Mills. Another good play would be looking at a lot of 5G stocks and try to be able to figure out what's going on when it comes to 3D printer stocks. With 3D printer stocks, pretty much construction companies is trying to get involved in it, so they will literally use that aspect to be able to leverage for a benefit of getting cheaper production going on and also automated production. So it's automation that's going on. So anything that's involved with automation stocks, that'll be definitely something to be able to figure out and key on. But that share was $21. And, I pretty much bought about 4 shares on it. I bought a couple of shares in General Mills. I stocked up on MGM. And I also pretty much made a play when it comes to JetBlue. But for all the people that's coming in, respect to everybody. But we got to figure out when it comes to the stocks, there's pretty much a lot of shorting of the market. People are trying to figure out, hedge funds is trying to figure out what's going to be their next victim. And then, you got the media pumping up silver. So silver may go up from 34 to probably 55, $60. And I noticed when they do that, they're pretty much going to get fat off of shorting it. So even with the GameStop situation, when people was pumping, hedge funds still made billions of dollars of shorting it and pretty much had government to step in as the enforcer and to be able to enforce what's going on, what they have aspect, due to the fact hedge funds do put in multiple billions in lobbying. Respect to Nash, respect to Sandman. Any good altcoins? ADA. So let me type it in. ADA is Cardano. Cardano, XRP, due to the fact that's still the banking coin, even though it has its issues. XRP, ARK, due to the fact that's $4 and it was at one time $80. Hello, Miss Sheila. Respect to you. Respect to you, Miss Sheila. Okay, now let's get back to sharing my screen real quick. For all the people that's coming in, this is an open panel. Please like the video, please share. And also please subscribe and hit that bell, because I notice a lot of people ain't getting my notifications. I notice. So let's But another aspect of the market that I noticed that's pretty much have good upside is anything involving outdoors, RV stocks, trucking stocks. I noticed RV sales is pretty much gone up. So that either tells one or two things. People are either living in the RV or pretty much flight and air travel is pretty much getting translated to pretty much big time road trips, or it can be a combination of both. But RV stocks is definitely something that I was looking at, and we're gonna share my screen real quick. But salute to everybody that's listening, that's coming in. Definitely much respect. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Hope people are getting to the money. Hope people are productive, figuring out what's their teams, what's their bases, trying to figure out what's the next plan when it comes to either investments, businesses, or just figure out what's the next security to be able to involve in. Because the summer is going to be pretty much up due to the fact that here in California, we have a lot of situations. For one, we have the recall pretty much getting close for Gavin Newsom. And two, opening up the economy, RV stocks, outdoor stuff. People are going to get involved more. And that's pretty much a avenue of something to be able to research as well. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. We're going to look at some RV stocks real quick. Try to push through my stock segment so we can be able to figure out. This was the link. Recreational vehicles stocks has gone up, and I notice a lot of people are getting food trucks as well. They're getting those automated semi portable food trucks, which that's another good niche that people need to utilize. People in my local area got food trucks all over the place and making money left and right here in Cali. But I was looking at the Fox Factory. I was looking at this one, definitely something that I either gonna get some call options or probably just gonna buy a whole share. Trucking stops is in trucking stops stocks and also trucking casinos has been pretty much winning so far. So I'm gonna give you all the link. I'm gonna give you all the links to this so you got people to do your research, build a very strong ability to understand that everything is pretty much based on cash flow. Figuring out, do they have any dividends? Do they have any earnings? Did they make any good sales? Did they have a healthy balance sheet where pretty much they're cash flowing correctly? Because Macy's is going under because Macy's has been literally borrowing loans over loans and not be able to uh, regenerate or have a remuneration to be able to pay back those loans. And Weeble's actually another good play as well. I'm sending y'all the link for this. For all the people that's coming in, respect to everybody. Respect to everybody. RV stocks is definitely, I'm going to be able to buy some when I get that opportunity. I'm going to put the link in the chat. But yeah, Nash, when it comes to altcoins, man, you got to be able to figure out one, is it digital finance coins where it can be able to be something involving lending, because there's a lot of people with a lot large sums of crypto due to the fact that the market was raising and the market was running and gunning upwards. So you have to be able to figure out some good ones, Compound, Chainlink. Um, what's another one off the top of my head? AEVE. That's another altcoin that involves with digital finance, and that's pretty much something that's involving people getting good lending, because when lending and loans, it's tax free due to the fact that it's not income, and plus you didn't liquidate none of your securities or assets, so you can pretty much still have the ability to get the loan, leverage it in either a hard asset, preferably a hard asset, you know, a franchise, a duplex, some situation that's involved of rental income where you could be able to cash flow, get some good loans on against the asset to either, build some more. Um, a lot of people is doing wholesale real estate, and they're doing it easier due to the fact that everybody has been at the house for the longest. With wholesale real estate, that's pretty much trying to figure out the war zone. So anything that involves of your area being developed, finding an ugly house in a beautiful neighborhood, that's perfectly another hack that people do. Doing a lot of marketing when it comes to either Facebook ads, that's another good useful aspect. So Facebook ads is good when it comes to targeting because you can target based on the income. You can target people that have $100,000 uh, income, and you can be able to either one or two things. You can have a whole type of list gathered from the public tax tax assessor, and you can be able to figure out what's the property records and use that to your advantage to either a see if it's an absentee, because there's a lot of people that have either absentees. There's a lot of people that wholesale properties when it comes to tax liens. Uh, One dude that I know in Alabama, he's pretty much wholesaling when it comes to tax liens, which he already have a cash buyer probably already set up because he ain't telling me the full details. Because I find it to be very tedious to try to do certain scenarios. Because here in California, you have contracts where it's not assignable, and that's where you would need a transactional funding corporation company that can be able to provide short-term lending in order to be able to close and pretty much do it a B2C to a cash buyer that's coming in, your incoming buyer, your end buyer. That's what they would say. So we're gonna look at a couple. We're gonna look at a couple more stocks. But Nash, when it comes to those altcoins, man, I would definitely recommend not putting anything over $50, man, because you're already running on a very limited budget. You got to be able to play smart, and you got to do a fixed dollar cost averaging. So if you do get involved with them altcoins or any stock, that you do research and do due diligence and figure out what's the proper protocols to be able to go through. You got to be able to figure out one with upside, two fixed dollar cost averaging, where you're putting $50 set aside, and make sure everything is on point and on par when it comes to your risk tolerance. Figure out how much are you willing to risk. A lot of people would say go on options. Options, eh, you know. Costco is another good stock due to the fact that people go to Costco for everything. And now that's something that I would share with you. That's something I would focus on my next plan. Respect for everybody that's coming in. Might do either a call option when it comes to Costco because Costco is 355. A lot of people would like to short on larger assets, but due to really the measurement of more stimulus money coming through, this 355 can easily be 750. 750, 550, 550, 750 range because the stuff is already jumping up already. And if you look at 6 months, let's look at COVID numbers. We got to look at pre-COVID numbers so I can be able to figure out. I got to figure out pre-COVID numbers so I can analyze this more correctly, more due diligently. I'm going to put the ticketer in the chat so people can do the research because a lot of people that did consultations, they do a lot of options. They do a lot of options. ETFs. People recommended me gold ETFs, real estate ETFs when it comes to franchises. So when it comes to franchises, it's pretty much cash flow stable. So anything that involves with industries that's cash flow stable that has ETF. I don't know if you need well ETFs. ETFs is pretty much a stabilizer. It's not really try to figure out wham bam, boom to the moon. But inverse ETFs is really meant for like really that option was meant for March when it came to oil companies. Now whoever that had an ETF sitting on the market and bought it, they made big money. They made big money. I'm gonna show my screen when it comes to oil ETFs. That's why timing and the time is of the essence because people in March of 2020 had one of the primest opportunities when it came to oil and gas ETFs. Monsanto stock is up. Well, Monsanto's is either partnerships or subsidiaries. Their stocks is up, so it's not necessarily Monsanto, but people that are Monsanto affiliated. You know, the adjacent stuff that's pretty much going on. But let me look at one of the bear ETFs. Now, Texas oil companies has somewhat hold its ground due to the fact that the way how Texas is governed compared to California and Nevada or states in general in the West Coast. But oil and gas ETFs was pretty much at a prime standard. I don't know what's going on. My loading time is off. Real estate ETFs, people say tech ETFs. Things that I am not bullish on would be either um, it would be either how can I put it? Airline ETFs, and I'm not in favor of silver due to the fact the way how they're gonna play silver, they're gonna pump silver up, and they're pretty much gonna snatch it back. In my opinion, in my opinion, people can do whatever how they please because people are buying in silver regardless on whoever that says because the media is pretty much saying stuff that are not quite accurate due to the fact that people on Wall Street bets on Reddit is not pumping up silver. They're pumping up Dogecoin. They're pumping up Dogecoin. They're pumping up Litecoin. They're pumping up Bitcoin Cash because Bitcoin Cash was 260. Now it's at 400 mark. At the 400 mark. So it's pretty much other targets they got in mind. So really, that's a hedge fund corporation that's trying to make big off of media hype, and they realize that media hype does play a huge part in influencing and figuring out stuff. So they're trying to get it where they pump it up and they pretty much slaughter everybody to be able to get murked off. And people holding a bag while they short it and they make money on the reversal. That's really how they try to be able to come back after the GME situation. GME situation was definitely something that made people really mad. $70 billion in losses. Plus, when it comes to shorting, the reward is big, but your gains can be cut very quickly off of people winning off the flip side. If the stock goes up, then they lose even more. So it's unlimited losses. That's why hedge funds lost $70 billion in literally a week span or 2 full weeks when it comes to the market activity span. So I don't know, man. People want to get involved when it comes to silver. Silver is definitely cheap, but definitely wait until because when they short it, it's going to be lower than it was probably now. You know, it takes a lot of people to be able to pump it up because when it came to the GME, you had like 80,000 people that had $2,000 to be able to pump it up. Then you had Asian investors that's pretty much looking at Wall Street bets. And one Asian investor can get $1 million, and you got a lot of people when it comes to cryptos. They can be able to pump and dump stuff easily. Matter of fact, they pump and dump stuff on the radar all the time. All the time. They literally then made it into a religion, damn near, when it comes to figuring out, okay, so they're trying to find something with a low float, low volume stocks, pretty much stocks or cryptos that are dead, where pretty much it's just flat line. If you see like a day-to-day stock, it either be squiggly line or really it's flat line, pretty much not enough volume to be able to influence it. And this is pretty much what the Wall Street bets cave is pretty much like. And I'm going to share my screen if this pretty much lets me load up this damn thing. We're going to look at what Wall Street bets pretty much got their sights on now. You got a lot of YouTubers that's pretty much trying to figure out which ones to buy and hold. And this is definitely not being financial advice. I definitely got to put the disclaimer out here because Wall Street bets is definitely extreme, high risk due to the fact that you can buy something and it really doesn't go up, and you probably wound up have to either holding that for a long, numerous amount of time if somebody pumps it up, because they had RTX on Wall Street bets for the longest time, and RTX wasn't doing anything until November 3rd. That's also because RTX got a lot of political stuff due to the fact that President Biden has Lloyd Austin as his Secretary of Defense. So that's pretty much a person that's involved of Raytheon Technologies. Scenarios like that. So Raytheon pretty much took a dip. It was at 80 something, then I think it's at its 70s. But let me share my screen real quick. We're going to look at Wall Street bets. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. See, and they're pretty much just pumping nothing but everything. They're still pumping up GME. They're still pumping up GME. Political talk. Now, Orlando, Florida, that's something I definitely researched. A lot of development is going through there. A lot of people trying to build around the amusement park area in Florida. So it's literally nothing but GME. So when somebody says they're trying to pump up silver, just know that's not fully the truth. That's not fully the truth. Good morning, Marina. That's not fully the truth at all. So you got to do your due diligence and got to figure out your research because you can't be influenced around here. You got to figure out what's cash flow steady and try to go as fundamentally possible. Well, as fundamental as possible when it comes to reading out balance sheets, figuring out the cash flow, expenses, if it's available. A lot of times, most of the stocks are pump and dumps. People figure out, or corporations figure out. And another thing you need to research is what's the 13F. The 13F is pretty much how people try to figure out if stocks is going to go up. Because with the 13F, you're trying to figure out either is Warren Buffett buying a stock or is he selling a stock? Because when it comes to Security Exchange Commission, they pretty much have everything that if you have $100 million in securities, you have to report it to the SEC. Jay-Z had a situation a couple of years ago when it came to Iconics and not pretty much registering and filing all the papers that's necessary. He probably already did behind the scenes, but at the time he didn't. So that's how serious that's pretty much is. And the 13F can be able to help you track down when it comes to stocks and try to figure out what's the motion. Is something going up? Is something going down? Is something being either manipulated when it comes to some backdoor money? Oh, oh, yeah, that's definitely true. Yes, most definitely true. People are trying to pump and dump everything. People are trying to figure out what's the next move. They're trying to get a group together. They're trying to cultivate a base where a group can put $2,000 to $5,000 on something. Pretty much tell you because the Reddit community is pretty much strong because they had 5 million people pumping into something, and 5 million people with $2,000. That's a couple $1 billion. That would be around at least $5 to $7.5 billion. Putting in something with all that volume going up, pretty much expanding the market, then people pumping in, pretty much the fear of missing out. That's pretty much where they try to get you at, where they figure out something early. Then they try to get people to rev it up where they say, "Oh, we need to go in, fear of missing out." People have the fear of missing out. That's only normal. But when it comes to stocks, you can be slaughtered easily. Your best investment is definitely now. You know, well, your smartest investment is definitely now, and the best investment was 20 years ago. Because especially when it comes to New York real estate, I have a lot of people that's in the East Coast as well. Salute to all my people from New York, New Jersey, and the DMV area. Respect to y'all. And I hear the stories from the consultations of people pretty much saying that we remember at properties in Brooklyn that were either 70 to 120,000 to now at a couple $1 million easily. The same thing when it comes to Inglewood. There's this one Inglewood property. I'm gonna try to find it, and I'm gonna share my screen real quick. That I find it hilarious how this is 750,000 when it's in the heart of the hood. I'm gonna share my screen real quick on Home Snap. But for all the people that's coming in, respect to everybody, please like, share, subscribe. And if anybody wants to book a consultation, please email me at bhmdf25@gmail.com. And I repeat, bhmdf25@gmail.com. But I saw a couple of properties that was in Inglewood that's in the heart of the hood. That's pretty much going for 500,000, 750,000, even close to $1 million. I said, this is probably going to get knocked down. They're probably going to have Asian buyers that's going to buy it for, or Iranian buyers to be able to buy it for at that mark, or probably even more, because Asians like to buy it a little over more so they can buy multiple properties at $1 million each, run development, and pretty much do their gentrification style type of development going in and push a lot of people going. The rents go up from 750 to 1,500 for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Rooms, 2 bath, probably be around 1,800. 2 Gs. And if you want to be able to get out the hood, the rents is going to be around 4,500, 7,500. That's going to be a Studio City area. That's going to be Hollywood Hills area, Santa Barbara area, Santa Monica area when it comes to California. It's because California market's got to deal with a lot of foreign investors coming through and pretty much plowing in a lot of cash. And cash wins, cash circles everything around. Let me get caught up when it comes to the. Yes, Marina, I did go over the fact that silver is being pushed up, inflated. The market is being influenced by media and not necessarily cash flow and earnings. What are your crypto tips? GME was a pump. And with just not average guys, they had some whales on their side. Yes, yes, Black Rat, I agree with you. Yeah, hell yeah, they had whales on their side. They had a lot of people that was pretty much whaling when it came to plowing. They had a couple of Chinese investors, Black Route. So I agree with you, man. Ain't no disagreement. They had a big Chinese whale that had $1 million set aside to pretty much say, what's the word? tell me the word, it's a go. Let me plow this money in and be able to figure out what's the area that I can be able to get the market influence going on. So, GME is something that's gonna be in people's mind for a couple of weeks because a lot of people on Wall Street bets is pretty much right now typing in their keyboards, bang on their keyboards, and trying to be able to figure out what's going on when it comes to the next opportunity. So they trying to cook up something right now as we speak, especially it's early in the morning nationwide in America. So Amy went down 50%. Dudes on Wall Street bets are trying to pump 30K into it. Yes, I don't see necessarily why. I would not advise that at all. I would definitely not advise that at all. I wasn't even looking at AMC. I wasn't even looking at nothing when it came to GME. I'm focused on fundamentally based companies where I can look at a balance sheet the Warren Buffett fundamental way to say, okay, this company is healthy. It's not going to be in a verge of bankruptcy because they was trying to do that with Hertz stock a couple months ago. Hertz pretty much took a nosedive because they didn't have enough cash reserves to be able to wait out uh, the coronavirus pandemic shutdowns. They couldn't be able to weigh out the tidal wave that came through. So they was the first ones to be able to pretty much leave. Their billionaire backer, Carl Icahn, aka Mr. Real Estate Developer, Mr. Mega Real Estate Developer, pretty much had to back out of it. Pretty much say this is a lost cause. Didn't put no money into it. And people try to pump up Hertz on Wall Street bets a couple months ago before all this media hype, and it didn't work. They didn't have enough volume on it. They didn't have the volume where they had the whales looking at it and pretty much pumping up on it. Thank you, Miss Shirley. Thank you, Miss Shirley. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, they did saw a quick opportunity. I ain't necessarily mad at them, but that's short term money. That's not something you would definitely be able to bank on when it came to something long and hold. Marina, but the general public knows the public gets the majority of the games online and theaters since the pandemic. So yeah, that's true. That's true. They're pretty much trying to get a lot of subscription plays. They're trying to get subscriptions online. So GameStop is trying to aggregate themselves online. I'm holding 100 shares of AMC. Black Route, you got to click on the link, man. If you're saying you got that much, man, dog, we gotta figure out your mindset when it comes to that. You're gonna have to explain a few things because I wouldn't advise nobody to go balls deep when it comes to AMC because that's literally going full aggressive. And for people that's coming in, this is open panel. Please like and share, subscribe, and also come on, chop it up with your boy. We're gonna get ready to talk about real estate here shortly. But my stock aspects is pretty much on trucking, 3D printing, because 3D printing has a lot of thing that's going positive for them. Pretty much of the fact that construction companies is going to pretty much put in all of their money in getting materials at the cheapest price and develop them themselves. They're going to be developing everything themselves when it comes to those 3D printing. So 3D printing is going up. And also I have clients selling 3D printers as well because you could get them for $410 and resell them for $1,200. $1,200 conservatively at that. People are selling them things for $1,800. So that's why you book a consultation with Real Deal. I'm gonna try to figure out that Englewood home that I saw. Cause I thought that was the most funniest thing that I ever saw. $750,000 for it looked like a shack. Looked like a complete other shack. If somebody's gonna buy that, they're gonna buy it to knock it down. They're probably gonna buy a whole row of houses at that. So they probably got $20 million for that whole block. Pretty much buy up all the assets in Englewood, South LA. And that's where they're probably going to have zoning laws and also ability to change Section 8 around, where they're going to move Section 8 where people in that area can't be able to apply for those vouchers. So we got some more development. Let me share my screen. Yeah, focus on energy and marijuana stocks. Exxon Mobil. That's pretty much something I bought personally. And marijuana stocks, you would say Canopy Growth, um, APHRIA Inc. That's another stock company that's involved in the medical marijuana stocks. So yeah, that's pretty much a suggested move. 3D printing, yes, 3D printing is the wave. 3D systems, yeah, tripled. Yeah, cybersecurity as well. That's a good move. That's definitely a good play to be able to research on. That's another aspect of things being innovatively expanded. So 3D printing stocks is pretty much something that I had on play. Uh, to be honest, June, well, on my birthday of last year, was a Gemini. That's something I definitely was researching because a lot of people were saying 3D printing is pretty much going to be the new wave because you got a lot of white people buying 3D printers, man. You got white people buying them things for $3, $4, $5,000. Plus, you got one of the bigger joints where it looked like a refrigerator of a 3D printer, and they trying to be able to figure out what's going on when it comes to buying it from you. And that's why you need to position yourself, being a merchant class, setting up shop, getting some advertisement going, some sales funnels. Pretty much the thing that pretty much started me here. Thing that me and Ramil pretty much mention all the time when it comes to getting a product lined up, getting traffic ready, capturing your lead, nurturing your lead, following up with the lead, and having promo codes and discount codes and rewards to be able to reel them in and also get a future customer acquisition for the long road. Your lifetime customer value be longer, where somebody will spend money with you, rock with you for more than just one time. You can potentially get 2 or 3 pops out of them, and they're going to do word of mouth marketing. So you can be able to focus on getting a 1 to 3 leverage on them. So for each person that comes in to your website store, you can potentially get 3 people that they know personally that will spend money with you due to the fact that he's verified or he or she is verified. And word of mouth is trusted. That's pretty much something that's a trusted bond, a interconnected network. You can leverage that without even spending any more money. So getting a proper supplier, getting everything negotiated well is definitely a key priority. Definitely a key priority. See, see, Black Girls. See, we in the same move. We in the same move. People that's coming in, man, definitely please hop on. Definitely hop on. We're gonna talk about real estate. Uh, People in the chat or people that's pretty much watching in the shadows. Come up, comment. Come up and comment, man. Come up and comment. We're gonna talk about real estate in a quick moment. I need somebody to come up and pretty much talk and have any questions, any necessary questions when it comes to either business, real estate, wholesale, credit. Come up on the panel, man. We're gonna chop it up though. Damn, exactly. Exactly. Sheila, Miss Sheila, Miss Sheila, man, you know, I know you just listen, I got a crush on you, Miss Sheila, but I ain't gonna snitch on nobody. But yes, we pretty much got that aspect down pat. Another weed stock to be able to focus is it's pretty much a biotech weed company, so it's something that evolves when it comes to science shit. So let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up real quick. Miss Sheila, you know it's true. Miss Sheila, you know it's true. You know, we're family and all, but you know, I'm trying to figure out the cookout. Is she part of the family? I'm playing. I'm playing. Okay, Jazz Pharmaceuticals acquired GW Pharmaceuticals PLC. And these two companies are pretty much merging. They're both weed corporations, and with mergers, they eventually go up. They eventually goes up. With mergers, corporations is going up at an aspect of how can we be able to figure out how we can consolidate power and jointly be able to move on when it comes to either expand with each other or we merge so I can knock down a couple of aspects and operations that ain't running well. So when it comes to a merger base, GW Pharmaceuticals and Jazz Pharmaceuticals, those are we corporations and we companies that's going to benefit off of sales coming in, production, warehousing, because a lot of the times that you make money better on the warehousing. That's funny. CrowdStrike is NR1, Zscaler, Inc. are good. iHack Share Cybersecurity ETF. Safe bet. Hey, that's not financial advice, but I'm definitely gonna do my research on that. See, you need to come on the panel, dog. You pretty much talking on these cybersecurity ETFs, man. I'm not gonna allow you to have all the game inside the chat and not explain yourself, sir. Come on, Black Route, man. You got game here, man. This is a financial channel. We're trying to get to the monies. There is money out there. Don't let nobody or let the media influence you and say that people are broke. People ain't got enough set asides. There's people that are still holding on to money, and those are the whales that's holding on to the money. So you figure out what the whales it's investing into, what they're trying to be able to plot on. Okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be about you knowing about real estate, your block area. Do you see cranes? That's pretty much what I ask. 'Cause there's people that come up on the panel that don't know nothing about real estate neither. But only thing I need to be able to figure out is where are the development in the block? Where is your hood? That's pretty much what I'm trying to figure out because any hood in America can get development running through right now. And it's probably pretty much a setup to get development as well because Ramil was talking about in Atlanta, Georgia, you got a lot of Hispanic Mexicans developing, got this construction company going, and they're pretty much running development, buying a couple houses, piecing up together to buy the house, knock down some shit, develop some shit, uh, renovate or go vertical with the ground up situation. So, there's people making plays. Okay, for sure. But yeah, man, anybody want to come up on the panel, man? We it's time to talk about real estate, man. So you don't have to be an expert in ACE. I pretty much understand the numbers. So tell me your block, well, not your block personally, but your hood or your old hood that you know when it came to something that needs to be developed or probably going to be developed. Because, because my last real estate stream, there's a guy that didn't understand real estate, but they understand what the fuck a crane is. They understand when when they got workers, pretty much you hear that hard construction going on. Okay, give me a moment, y'all. Give me a quick moment. I'm waiting for somebody to come on, man. Somebody need to come up on this panel. People that have questions on consultations. Anybody has questions on e-commerce, real estate. Somebody need to come up on this panel, man. This is an open panel. I don't expect me just to be just talking and yapping the gab without people having specific questions needed, because wholesale real estate is definitely a good play on if you're a person that is influence ready. If you're good when it comes to emails, marketing, even assigning teams, because there's a lot of call setups where they got Max Maxwell. He's a good real estate dude. Um, Sean Terry, he's another good person when it comes to wholesale real estate and figure out properties that's undervalued, off market, seller financing, even master leases. That's another good play option. That's another good option when it comes to figuring out how to be able to get some marketing traffic, get some leads, because wholesale real estate, you're not gonna get your first attempt. It's gonna take a couple while because there's a lot of people that's stubborn as hell when it comes to getting rid of their assets. A lot of people that have sentimental issues. A lot of people argue down about the price, even though that's a dilapidated real estate property, man. It needs about $30,000-$40,000 into that asset by itself. So, when you have a dilemma like that, you just move on and just keep their number and run marketing, because they're eventually going to give up. If the property is still on the market 3 or 4 months later, they're going to cave in. They're definitely going to cave in. Most definitely going to cave in. They're not going to be on that snooty aspect. Black Curls,
What's going on, Real Deal?
what's going on, Black?
Yeah, because you said mentioned like my old hood. Well, I moved out my old hood and I saw some renovations already, but it's mostly like the commercial parts. The residential area is pretty much the same.
Okay, so that's pretty much, we're going to have a lot of shopping malls. They're trying to get a lot of higher up echelon dollars. When it comes to commercial area, do you know there's a lot of police presence? Are they police presence heavy?
You're boring your little Real Deal.
Police
I guess
like,
they don't want you spending this information.
oh man, let me let me refresh my shit real quick. Hold it down for me. Hold the line. Hold the line.
Got you, bro.
Hold the line for me. Hold the line. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you good now.
All right, for sure. Now, when it comes to development in that area, they're pretty much trying to get a high upper echelon dollar coming in. They're trying to figure out what is going on when it comes to either if we're going to develop like, um, don't tell me your city per se, tell me the neighboring city so I can figure out what state you're in.
Neighboring cities, Miami.
Oh, okay. Matter of fact, a lot of the developers in Miami, yeah, they're pretty much building up commercial properties, and they're trying to go inland. And so Apalaka, Malaya, Malaya, they're trying to get some development going in there. Also, a lot of developing inland, so they're pushing people out. The Cubans, the Haitians, well, the lower level Cubans and Haitians is pretty much gonna be moving inland, rather more inland, due to the fact of looking at where the money is going. You got a lot of people like the Miami Dolphins owner Steve Ross. He, he's pretty much saying he's gonna put up a couple hundred million on developments in those areas, surrounding areas.
Damn, that's tough for my Haitians. Damn.
Yeah, they trying to be able to figure out what's going on of because they're talking about climate gentrification where they have this aspect of saying, well, South Florida is not being more year.
You're bugging
Beautiful
again,
Miami
real
Beach.
deal.
I'm bugging again.
Yep.
Oh man, damn, my internet connection messing up on me. Let me do this real quick. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, but for some reason, I think it's because you have me on the panel. Because when you're by yourself, you're perfectly clear.
I think you got to mute yourself when I'm talking. I think you got to mute yourself. But as
Gotcha.
long as you can hear me, as long as you can hear me, we
Gotcha.
gonna. Now I saw a couple properties in LA that I saw. I did research. I figured out, well, damn, these are in the heart of the hood. These are in war zones. But then I realized they're trying to push out lower level Mexicans, and they are pretty much did that with the black people about 8 years ago. Moving down the valley, so I noticed that they're switching around secondary housing. Now, might be funny. I might be funny on the aspect of now the LA Rams Stadium then had so much influence on shifting the whole estate market, where it flipped it upside down. I'm going again. Yo, I'm going again. It's running slow. It's running super slow. Oh shit! Fuck. My bad, Black Girls. My bad. My bad. We got one back on the stream. Yo, can you hear me? My internet connection be tripping bad. Yo,
I mean, I faintly hear you, but
I'm
you're
still
still boarding, real deal.
going. Wow. Wow.
I heard the wow clearly, but that's it. It's still choppy and boring.
Yo,
Yo, what's up, real deal?
all right, now can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, now we got to push forward because I don't know how long until StreamYard is gonna deem I ain't worthy for this station to be.
But I'm like,
Let's
bro,
do this
you've
shit.
only been an hour.
Yeah, man, and the shit already fucking up. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see your screen. Yeah, I see it.
Okay, now we're gonna look at some. I want to look at the LA market, but since you're here, we're gonna look at the Miami Florida market. Looking for the market. The website's turning very slow, but not as slow as Zillow. Now, uh, are you North Miami? Or
Yeah,
you're
I'm
Miami
from
Beach?
Miami. Like, I was from Miami, but I don't live in Miami right now.
Oh, okay. This thing is slow. Okay. So when it comes to my real estate development area, everything that's from Ocean Drive is gonna stay put. But anything outside of Ocean Drive, you start going inward, outside of the commercial and the the limelight, the city fast life and stuff, and you're gonna branch out. So the median listing price is 489. The median sales price is 400,000. Now this market, North Miami is pretty much getting development. Miami Shores is getting development, and also Miami Lakes is getting development, and country clubs getting built up.
Wait, from what I heard, you said clubs are getting built up. So, yeah, the prices are going to shoot up then, right?
Yes, because more development, they're pretty much going to get their appraiser. So anything that's at the 500 mark right now, in 2 3 years, it'll be 750. 2 to 3 years easily. The way I brought this on, like in California houses, actually, it's months for houses. I bought at 400,000. The skyrocket at 750,000, 800,000. And it's a Southwest area, so this is If I'm not mistaken, I think it's a little better. I think it's a little better. Don't quote me on this one. Okay, let me see the picture. It's a three-bedroom, three-bath, 1,600 square feet of detail. Yeah, I think this is Havana. I think this is Havana. And let me do the search. You can see a picture. Right?
I couldn't hear that part you were borging.
I'm borging again.
Yeah, you're borging again. Yeah.
I don't want me to be great. You can see my audio, right?
Yeah, I can see everything.
Well, not to see the audio. You can see my visual, right? My bad.
Yeah, I mean, I see your visual, the screen. Yeah, I mean, I see.
Now this, I think this is a little. But I'm gonna have to refresh my joint real quick. I'm gonna have to send a link in the private chat for anybody that wants to see it. I'll refresh my joint real quick. Just voice. So, I'm gonna have to mess around and do Zoom. I'm gonna probably have to do Zoom. Probably gonna want to have to do Zoom. I don't know, man. StreamYards always be messing up, man.
But no, it's weird for you in particular because like everyone else, it usually I see it like 3 hour mark, but you're barely an hour in.
Yeah, man, this Borgen stuff is gone crazy. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I hear you clearly now.
Okay, let me answer this question because somebody has a question. What's a good crypto or stock I should profit off of that's super reliable, that's going up? Uh, there's a plethora. Now, this is not deemed financial advice, nicest films. I definitely recommend you to book a consultation. Definitely book a consultation, but I'm going to give you certain things to be able to look at right now. ADA, Cardano, ARC. Another good one would be XRP. That's the banking coin.
I mean, once you can buy it again, I'll definitely buy into XRP because they still have that lawsuit going on and they shut it down on like Coinbase and stuff.
Yeah, that's another hurdle, but still, it's been beaten up where you try to go in at the lowest price. Polkadot, Another
Yeah, I'm
good
hoping it
one.
goes down to like 25 cents when I try to go in to buy.
Yes, yes, that's definitely a fact. Uh, Another good situation would be see what Stellar does. Uniswap is cheap. Chainlink is definitely the priority due to the fact that's the digital finance coin. So nicest films, I would definitely suggest you to book a consultation, sir, if you want to get it in depth. Because I have data lists, I have charts, plus you have 24/7 access to everything. So you could be able to chew my ear up if need be, or to be able to figure out what's needed when it comes to these markets, because everything moves rapid. A preferable small amount of money putting in a short term investment days to weeks. So you want to be a day trader, I see. If you're going to be a day trader, I would definitely recommend you to research RSI. And RSI is pretty much involving when it comes to momentum of a share or crypto involved. If you're talking about days and weeks, another thing that I utilize is eToro. The copy trader has helped me get some gains. There's a lot of traders that's getting either 25% gains a month that you can copy trade as well. So you can be able to link that up if need be. But definitely book a consultation, man. Definitely book a consultation. You may need to hit up my email. We could be able to figure out what is the proper strategy plan for you, because you seem like you want to day trade. There's other people that wants to buy and hold method and situation. And let me get in depth when it comes to another crypto, NIM, Tron. Oh yeah, Funfair. Funfair, that's something I was holding on for the longest and it popped. Uh, there's another good one. Let me go on my favorites. Go on my watch list. Neo. Neo and the compound coin has pretty much gone up. That's involving with digital finance. That's that's another good play. IOTA cheap, Dash cheap, Revion can potentially go to 15 cents. Silqua cheap, Waves cheap, Loopring definitely cheap. The homie Mateo was on that hardest. Oncology, ontology, ontology was pretty much another play that I've been researching for the longest. But yeah, man, we gotta. Yeah, it's a buy and hold method. Definitely buy and hold procedure, man. Because if you're trying to go in and out, it was at 3 cents last night. So if it went from 3 to 5, crypto is very, very tricky, man. So to be honest, if you bought it at 5 cents, black, black route, I wouldn't be mad at you. I wouldn't be mad at you at all when it comes to that, because you're trying to be able to figure out how to position it, how to time it. It's literally trying to time something that's moving around and trying to figure out how to be able to get at the right target price to be able to clamp in and be able to get everything procedure and lined up ready. So fun fair is definitely something I would say to just look at. You just look at it, analyze it. You can. There's a lot of sell and buy signals, RSI, technical trading tools that you can see when the momentum is up and when the momentum is down. If you're gonna do that at that faction of trading, of day trading, especially crypto day trading, because you got to either be on Wall Street bets and also all of those tools that I just mentioned. Yes, V chain.
Hey, really, I'm gonna hop off the StreamYard so I can make sure your audio is clear now.
Well, my audio
Peace.
ain't clear now.
No, I mean it's clear for now, but I'm saying it might start boring.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Tether. Well, Tether is a stabilizer coin. Tether is something like how we have the dollar. Tether is like the crypto dollar. So, Tether is a stabilizer. EOS is cheap. Polymath. Definitely got to do more research on Polymath. Definitely got to do some due diligence on Polymath. But when it comes to the crypto markets, it's at $1 trillion. Comes to coin market cap, it's at 1T. So yeah, it's gonna go up. All coins need to rise up with Bitcoin. Because if Bitcoin just rises to 100,000, and all the little coins don't rise up, it was the aspect of point holding little. If nobody else don't get no shine, what's the point? I'm doing maybe about hold for at least a few months with crypto. Well, you know, at least you're efficient. So when the market rises, you rise up the market, so it rises all tides. Okay. I put the link for anybody that wants to come on. They're free to come on. I'm choppy again. Ugh. Okay. 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 Now I'm situated. Yeah, now I'm situated. Okay. Let me read these comments. Let me get up to the comments. You can also buy low, then sell when it gets high and cash out. Well, that's the perfect. That's always the preferable chance. Buying at lows and selling at double tops and shit. I'm gonna have to keep on refreshing my joints like every 5 minutes. Yes, the real pump and dump, definitely. People that be on Wall Street bets all day, they're the ones gonna be able to figure out the day trading plans. But the problem is, it's an hour difference. You got a lot of people on Wall Street bets that are from Australia. A lot of people that's in Singapore, Hong Kong right now. You got people that's even in India. It's even trading into it. So it's a big global market, and you would definitely have to time it way better. You have to time it way better, or be probably ahead of time. So you probably have to have such extensive money where you could be able to put money in here, there, here, pretty much spread it around if you're gonna try to time the situation like that. But yeah, XRP did at one time went up to 70 cents. That shows you that there is potential and there's upside to the fact that it's 34. Wait a minute, let me get it correctly. Let me research before I just blurt it out because I need to figure out. Now it's 37 cents. It was 34 cents. Now it's 37 cents. So yes, so we have in markets like that. Okay. For anybody who wants to come onto the panel, feel free. Definitely click on the link. Well, Black Route, if you want something that goes up consistently, you're gonna have to find an ETF. Stabilizer ETF or Amazon scenarios like that. That's pretty much gonna be something that's gonna keep on going up. All the new people that's coming in, hop on the panel, man. Like, share, subscribe. Definitely, that's definitely a must needed. Definitely must needed. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for anybody who wants to come up with me. I don't know why my stuff is borging early today, man. I got the 5G situation. It seemed like that shit ain't even fully working. Doge to the moon. Hey, well, let's talk about it then, man. Click on the link, man. You say Doge to the moon, man. We did a link for you, dog. You talking about Doge to the moon, man. You gotta have to explain some logic into this. Cause Doge can go from 3 cents to higher with all this pumping and going on, but it can easily just go down just as quick. So man, if you're talking about that, man, talk about it. Talk about it. That is funny. Yeah, man, that's hilarious, dog. I don't see how. Usually people always be trying to come up through and speak their speech, but I guess I can be able to do it on my own. So we're gonna look at some real estate properties real quick. Now I'm gonna look at some residential situations after I'm done looking at these Miami. At the Miami situations scenario. Okay. Okay. Now, as if I remembered it, this house was built in 1952, 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom, pretty much a Spanish influence type house. Excuse me. Chandelier. I would try to see if I could be able to get it for 425 to 450. It's 529. This cash buys definitely rules the land when it comes to this aspect. Because the inside looks good, but definitely would need an inspection and also contingency plan in the contract that allows for inspection as well. Especially when it comes to these houses online, unsight unseen, you don't know what is definitely the issue when it comes to the property. 529, the mortgage is 2100. I try to get it for 450, 475. And if I can't get that property at that aspect, I'm gonna have to do some marketing in that area so I can do some targeted marketing, because that's the beautiful part about Facebook ads, because you can target a specific address and location for marketing going through, needed for all types of opportunity to be able to get into an aspect of positioning yourself correctly, getting equity off the top, plus getting a higher cash on cash return due to the fact you negotiated correctly, locking up contracts in that area, be able to figure out how can I be able, or how can I or you as well, to be able to present value, certain value adds. I would definitely change around the outside of the property. The property definitely would need a new lawn job. There's way too many trees, but that's probably gonna have to take some zoning and some type of ordinance to be able to take down trees. So I don't know, something like that in LA would definitely be probably around $1 million. Anything in LA with trees on it, no matter if you're in the heart of the hood, you're gonna have equities at 975, especially in areas where it's not the hood. Like Encino is not the hood because that was where Michael Jackson's third house was at in Encino. But I saw the situation where it was Spanish style, same situation, 975, three bedroom, three bath, and you know I pretty much went for 975, and it was 1.2 to 1.3 million dollars. That pretty much it was listed for and sold for 975. So negotiating with cash is definitely one of the biggest things needed for getting a proper position on things. But the link is in the chat, man. I need to come through. We're gonna copy and paste this thing. For all the people that's coming up, definitely book a consultation. We can be able to figure out how can we be able to adjust an online digital marketing plan, proper teams, plus high ticket products, because high ticket products is the only thing that's going to survive, because you have a lot of e-commerce people saying to sell nothing but low ticket products, but low ticket ain't gonna cut it out here due to the fact of your marketing ads is gonna be 8 and 9 because you gotta pay your team a certain dollar. I preferably recommend somebody to do either a fixed contract or get it where you can be able to have $4 an hour up to $7 an hour. But man, the link is in the chat, man. Link is definitely in the chat. Oh yeah, Black Curls. I don't know if you heard of Pembroke Pines, Florida. That's pretty much the area that I know it's a lot of people that's moving in. You know, Pembroke Pines is like 600 to 750,000. There's some nice houses though. There's some nice houses. So I definitely recommend on looking in those areas. But I'm gonna cut this thing one short. Respect to everybody coming in. I definitely appreciate everybody that's coming in. So you're familiar with that area, okay? Okay, most definitely. No, respect to everybody that came in. Peace to the chat. And for anybody that wants to get in contact with me, bhmdf25@gmail.com. And I repeat once again, bhmdf25@gmail.com. Respect and much love to everybody. Peace and respect. Black Girls, Morena, Soul, Dorian, Black, everybody that came in. Nicest Films. Definitely you would need to book a consultation with me, dog. Definitely give you a very extensive list that's needed based on your price range and your budget. Sheila, respect to you as well. Sheila always supporting. Sheila got a good heart. Most definitely, sir. Respect to you as well. Peace, love, and happiness, man. RDF out.